Hey guys, so it's that time of the month again, and wow, the trade post has reset. So this time, if you do all of it, you get Arsenal Blades of Elune. Now I know this seems kind of daunting. You've got to get all the way up to 1,000 points, but don't worry, it's not that hard, and I'm going to help you with that. So these are the ones that I do. Defeat 25 raid bosses. If you go to Old War, it's really quick, really fast. So Old War is really good. It's a real fast dungeon or raid. And as long as you have people who can just kind of go through it with no problem, it's not going to give you any issue. 30 complete 30 quests. That's another one. Use a fodder character. Just create a character, do 30 levels, and then you can delete them. Don't worry about bag space. Don't worry about, money or anything. Just use them as fodder. Just get to 30 quests and then delete them. Since you're only allowed a certain amount of characters on a realm, you don't want to just keep doing that. The other ones are like the pet battles. I've already done 15 pet battles. If you have a level 25, you're pretty much just one hit everything, especially in starter zones, not starter zones, but like if you start as an orc, not Valley of Trials, but like Duratar in general, it's a bunch of level 1 pets. You can just one shot them, and I did that maybe in about 5 minutes. So you got to get to 1,000 points. So I do the 30 quests. The 30 quests is a simple one. 15 world quests, really easy, especially when they're close by. Basically, it's just more of those: go there, kill this many of this. And if you're doing it, doing them in like, Broken Isles or something, they're really fast. Now the only one I do have a problem with is this one, the 50 dungeon bosses. You don't want to do this with current stuff because people are stupid. So what I do is, if you're leveling up a character, it's going to happen naturally. So if you've got characters you want to get to 60 or whatever, just pick an area like Outland, or I just go with Wrath of the Lich King, because the dungeons are fairly simple. There's not as many, bosses in each one, but they really are simple. They're really fast. But basically, you've got you could maybe do the 15 mythic plus. I mean, if you're high level and you're max level, they really shouldn't be an issue for you. I remember doing mythic plus. Let's see, was it not Shadowlands? Was it Shadowlands or BFA? Yeah, I was doing the mythic pluses easily in like BFA, doing the Legion mythic pluses. So here we are in Dragonflight, so you should have no problem whatsoever doing a mythic plus. So, and this, especially when they're 250 like this, and then you have like teleportation network, bounce at critters in the Dragon Isles, obtain a spring-themed toy, holidays. You have stuff coming up for Noble Garden. Like, usually you can get this done within a day. Like I said, the only problem is the dungeons. Especially because, again, a lot of the dungeons don't have a lot of bosses. And if you queue up for a dungeon, it takes somewhere between 5 to 15 minutes to get into a dungeon. So you've got 50 bosses you need to defeat, and each dungeon takes around, maybe at max, 15 minutes to get into. You're going to be sitting there a while. So in the meantime, do other things. If it's like your main, or you're doing like the pet battles, you can do pet battling to waste some time. But so what I mean is like fodder character, because people are like, fodder, it's something you just get rid of. So I have him. level 1, and I'm gonna go through everything, get my 30 quests, and then delete them. So you really don't have to worry. To make things easier, obviously have the you know, all this, because it has the stats and everything. It'll make things go so much faster. But then obviously make sure you're tracking it. Lower level characters can't track it, so make sure you go on a higher level and start tracking these. So I've got 2 done already. The pet battles, the trainer pet battles, like when you around in the world you see the exclamation mark above their heads, that counts as a quest. So you can do those as quests, and really simple. It doesn't help. The gear doesn't help nearly as much as it used to, because they kind of nerfed it. It still helps. It still gets things done a lot faster than it normally would be. Again, you don't have to worry about gear. You don't have to worry about money. You don't have to worry about any of that, because you're not keeping it. You're not keeping this character. You're just using them, getting 30 quests done, and then that's it. Also, I don't... Let's put that on. Get everything else. Yeah, so right here, while you're doing things, you're like, oh, okay, let me go to my next quest, right? Actually, let's hand in this quest for a better example. So we're going to go ahead and hand in this quest.
Loktar.
Alright.
For the Horde.
Play scouts.
Go with honor.
Scouts.
What do you need? For the Horde.
For the Horde. Alright, so Northland Scouts and Cactus Apples, right? So we're going to just head towards Northland Scouts, and we're just going to kill them. Work, work. And again, really don't, unless it tells you need to loot something off of them, don't really bother, because you're not keeping anything. They took the one from down there. That's really stupid. There used to be a cactus apple up there, but not anymore. Which is really stupid.
I need a target.
Who is hitting me? I was wondering what that pew pew sound was. That terrible pew pew sound. The gun sounds just aren't cool anymore. They used to sound nice. Now it's like... Like, see, you're doing this, and you're killing them, and there's some cactus apples over there, but it's like, oh, gee, look. There's a pet battle right here. And then I've got my level 25 Ragnaros, and boom. Done. And you do that 25 times. Now, do keep in mind that when you're battling a trainer and they have multiple pets, those individual pets do not count. I went to the trainer, the troll trainer that was in Durotar, thinking, it's like, well, he's got 2-3 pets. It doesn't count. It only counts as 1. So do keep that in mind when you're traveling around and you see the trainers. They only count as 1 battle. So you don't want to waste your time going around for the trainers and then being disappointed, like, why is it only counting for 1? Because it just counts as 1. So even if they have 3 pets, it only counts as 1. So don't waste your time. If you see trainers, obviously battle them, because that goes towards your count, but they're not going to count for more than 1. So what? Is that like a little rare or something? It's so tiny. Actually, no, it's so tiny. I've never seen that before. There's hair. Yeah. Now, some places are easier, I think, for starting quests and all that. I just feel better doing it in Durotar. You know, it's wide open. There's a lot of questing hubs right near each other, so that way you don't have to go too far. It's not like, you know, with like Silvermoon or Tearsfall Glades or anything like that, where you have like this long run that you need to do. No, it's all pretty much close to each other, so you can just, you know, get those quests done. And see, we have, like, just on the... Actually, you can't see it on the map, but looking at the map, there's, like, 4 pets just in this small area where I am that you can battle. So, just make sure you have your little, thingy on, your tracking. So... It's really, really simple, and it's good because you get a lot of cool stuff from that. And it's account bound, so, you know, I'm on a completely different server, or, realm, but I can go to my, like, main tune and get stuff over there. So you don't have to be bound to just one server or character.
Be safe.
Which is really good. It really helps out when it's like maybe you don't have that many characters on one server.
Okay.
Especially if you're doing raids, and they know they're going to be like, well, they're going to want to get the raids done quickly. You know? Yeah, like that, you kind of need to loot those, so you have to loot them. But unless you absolutely necessarily, you know, need to loot them, don't bother looting. How much does this do? Not that much. Thought I was gonna do a lot. This is the end.
I can do that.
I can do that. Be not that kind of orc. Ah, those things finally caught up to me.
Okie dokie.
I think the best thing for me to do right now, because I want to get those 30 quests done, is just kind of do a little piece of it, each quest, and then, or maybe just turn them all in. Because I don't want this level to basically then just watching me level up, and I don't want that. Work. Or I can just kind of go over to the thing, into Ogrimmar and trading posts and all that. Come on. Everyone already sleeping? Yeah, could have just gone over here.
I can do that.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll probably do that. I'll probably hand in this one. Now, when it comes to the dungeons, if you're gonna do that one, doing lower dungeons, you know, even on heroic or something, doesn't count for some reason. If like you take a max level character through, like what I did was like Magister's Terrace on heroic, it doesn't count. So the best thing to do is just level up your characters naturally. So just queue for dungeons, and you just gotta wait. It's really annoying, but like I said, but just go ahead and log out. You know, because it's like you can go back to old world and do that stuff, like the pet battle. It doesn't say you need to battle like max level pets. It doesn't say that you need to it's like the raid bosses. You know, you can go back and do Wrath of the Lich King raid bosses, and those count, but then if you do the dungeons, those don't count for some reason. Um, so, like Blizzard, really, you need to get your crap in shape, because it's like you allow us to get credit for raids in Wrath, but I can't do dungeons in Wrath for credit. Like, I sat through the Violet Hold thinking, oh yeah, it should be simple enough. I did it, no credit at all. The little counter didn't go up at all, so I was like, great. So this Painbringer, nice name. So we've got people already with the dragon, the magenta serpent, I believe it's called. They have some pretty cool stuff this time.
Many goods for you to see.
So the magenta cloud serpent, it's kind of cool, but it's just a recolor. I have different so it's not that big of a big deal. This one's pretty cool, brand new armor. So priests, mages, and warlocks can use that. We got Egg Bob, this cute little bastard right here. Stuff for the hunters. Gilded Draconoid Morning Star, which is kind of cool looking. But I think we have this model somewhere in, like, what is it? Dragon Soul or something like that. This one's pretty cool though. I like the bold colors with the black lining right there. It really makes it pop. Really, really cool. This tome is Sindori Secrets. Just a simple little tome. The Librum of Righteous Light, which is pretty cool. Great if you're using this on like a paladin or priest. Fist of Polar Fury. Again, I think you can get, it's Zulaman or Zul'Garub, where you have this, because I think there's like a brown one or a red one or something. So sometimes they'll just basically just recolor. Red Pyth helmet. So if you want to go for that explorer's look. Fine white evening gloves. The Watchman's flare. And then you pretty much the same thing. Like I said, it's just one's orange, one's green. The Honed Bastard Sword, which is very simplistic looking, but it's really cool. It is pretty cool. And then the Drape of Foreboding Mists. It's very much like a BFA style cloak. Like, this is something you'd see in like Kulturos or something. So, but yeah, and then let's see.
Luck be with you.
All right. So here is the loon. Pretty cool. I do like the glowing bits, very like nature oriented. It looks like it's wood and magic, kind of like Rexar's the axe that he had, the Axe of Cenarius. The only blade that we know of that was capable and able to actually land a critical strike on Sargeras on his leg. I mean, it didn't take him down, but Rexar, or not Rexar, Broxigar, was the only, basically only being in history to, not the avatar of Sargeras. No, this was Sargeras himself, and this dude with the Axe of Cenarius actually landed a blow on Sargeras himself, and this is like the only dude in history who, so Broxigar is just a complete badass. He's like, hero among orcs and hero among other races, because he was badass. Just selflessly, he was in this area where, like the portal and everything, and he managed to land a blow on Sargeras himself. So the dude was dope. But I do like that style, the very like wooded, naturey kind of style. It's really cool. It's like it's very primitive looking, but it's very sophisticated at the same time because, you know, it's got the name Elune, so there'd be some sophistication to it. You know, she is a goddess after all, so.
Come see my wares.
Yeah, right now I'm trying to go for this. The more gear, the better. You know, I love gear. I'm not too interested in getting this. So I think what I'm going to be going for is the Regalia. And then maybe this one. It is a two-hander, so. Two-hander. I do like I said, it's so simplistic, but I do like that bastard sword. You know, I think this is like one of those good swords that maybe if you're doing a role play and, you know, because it's very crude and very, like I said, almost primitive looking, but it's got such a nice, clean aesthetic to it. You know, it looks like it's seen battle, but, you know, so I think this would be a great roleplay sword if you're into that. Same thing with these. These could be like used as little torches and stuff. The Morning Star. Yeah, so for me, normally most of the time, whenever the last 2 times, because this has only been out for like 3 months now, each time I just kind of focus on any gear for transmog that there might be, and then weapons. This time, unfortunately, not too much. And I'd say don't really worry about it if you don't get it the first time, because it's like gacha games. They're going to have reruns, I'm sure. So if you're looking for the Tome of Sindori secrets, and you're not able to get it this time, even though it's only $225, if you're not able to get it, don't worry. It'll come around again. Might be a little while, but you'll get it eventually.
Goodbye now.
Bye-bye. But yeah, just don't let this be daunting. It's not. Do these, the simple ones. Like I said, the only one that takes a while is the dungeon one. The bosses, because you got to beat 50 of them. So, right now there's Time Walking, Cataclysm dungeons. I think that ends on Tuesday. So queue up for those. Have fun with the Cataclysm dungeons. If you're leveling up a character, once you get to level 10, you can kind of pick your own path. You know, which expansion. Like I said, for me personally, I just go through Wrath of the Lich King. I just like the layout of the dungeons a lot better. I like the aesthetic of the dungeons better than, you know, Burning Crusade or something like that. And then obviously the later expansions, the dungeons tend to get a bit more, not difficult, but more you can't, it's not just go in there and, you know, bang bang pew pew, you know, just DPS things down. You know, you actually have to move out of things, or, you know, you have to worry about CCing and, hey, long boy. So I just kind of go with Wrath dungeons. But that's just me. You might say, oh no, BFA dungeons are easier, or Kata dungeons are easier. That's fine. Whatever you think is easier. For me, it's just Wrath. You know, and they're good because a lot of them have a portal back to the beginning, so if you're doing quests there, you can easily get out instead of teleporting out and then trying to teleport it back in before everyone leaves. So usually most of them have a way back to the beginning, which a lot of other dungeons don't, but Wrath seems to have the most of those. But yeah, just do whatever's easy, but don't let that 50 boss goal kind of be like, ugh, I don't want to do that. It's not as hard. I can get it done maybe within it depends on what time I start. If I start today, if I don't finish today, obviously I'll obviously finish tomorrow. So don't let it seem like it's a lot. It is a lot, but most dungeons back in the day were pretty narrow and simple. You know, like the Nexus is a really good one to do. Utgard Keep or Pinnacle, really good to do. And, ooh, that is... What is that? Ooh. The Great Sword of Raging Tempests. Oh, that is gorgeous. Wow, that is gorgeous. Huh. Gladiators. That's really nice. Yeah. Or if you're a person who just doesn't care about getting it done right away, and there's many other ones, like I said, Noble Garden stuff is coming up, so you got your holiday events, Volunteer Guard Day, Slay City Invaders, Noble Garden, complete daily quests. Doesn't say how many. Oh wait, it says right there, 6 Noble Garden, so it's gonna take a couple days. Actually no, it can take a day. You can just travel around because each place has their own little. So, eat chocolates of in Ascara. You have your Darkmoon Fair, cheer on the carousel or sandbox, and some of them will give you a choice. It's like you can do one or the other. You don't have to do both. Like there's one where it's like, oh yeah, go around and show respect or hug or whatever certain dragons, and there's 4 of them, and you only have to do like 2 of them. So it's real fun, really simple, and it's great because you get really cool rewards for doing it. You know, you get all these. I mean, if you like them, the ones this time around don't seem so great, but you know, that one's really cool looking. I wish druids were allowed to wear this as well, but considering with the skull, you know, aesthetics and stuff like that, I can see why it's not druids.
I'll be seeing you again.
Yeah, just have fun with it. Just find the ones you're more comfortable with. For me, it's the questing, the pet battles, the raids, the bosses, even though there's 50 of them. And then if I still need some points, the world quests. Like say, go to like High Mountain or something like that in Old World, like Broken Isles. There's a lot of easy quests all right there within near each other. You've got flying, you can just go boom, 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 get them all done. Not that hard. Or there's other great ones you can do, like on like, let's see, Azeroth. Yeah. See, like all these, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 right there. That's 13. You remember you need 15. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15 actually, because there's the dungeon one. And if you're a lower level or a higher level, I think you can just go in there and do it. So if you're by yourself, but then say you can't do that. So that's 13 right here, and then you're like, oh, let me go to High Mountain. Well, there you go. And you just completed the completed that one. So, you know, people see this and they get intimidated by it. Don't be. It's really easy. Most people can finish this up within a day. And oh, I didn't even notice it was right here. Yeah, it's very Titan-esque looking, but it's got nature, or it's like with the wood, or yeah, it's got the wood like wrapping around. Of course, we have like the moon shape right there, and so. But yeah, don't let it intimidate you. You can get it done. Just pick your own path, whatever you find easier. If you're a person who will just want to complete it over the course of the month, that's fine. You can work on it during the events and holidays and all that for the month. Or if you're like me and you don't feel like wasting a whole lot of time because some days you just don't want to, You know, you do the stuff like the dungeons and the raids and all that, you'll get done fast enough. But just do whatever you need. But, yeah. Yeah, don't let it get to you. But anyways, anything else that I wanted to do? I mean, I have the money, but geez. No, I think I just kind of wanted to talk about the trading post and, you know, go over what was... Get back here, sir. Huh. Maw of Haunted Frostbrood. Jaws of the Haunted Frostbrood. I mean, gauntlets? Oh, grasps of the Haunted Frostbrood. This cleaver. Oh, that's pretty cool. Very much like a, you know, Dragon Maw or the whole Dragon Isles inspired. That's cool. Anyway, enough rambling. That's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.